we've recently seen ranked mode a couple of days ago go into the game.
Yep.
It's not exactly super settings, but it's damn close to it. Everything plays a bit faster. It's a bit more aggressive. There's more loot. It works really, really well. I actually like and I actually think now there is more of an incentive for these players to get on and play something that's more within their environment rather than looking for scrims, looking for other platforms that are running games. They can just jump into matchmaking and actually grind it out for a rank. And I'm hoping this actually gives generally not just these players as well, but all people who play public, people who watch and enjoy esports, but something to really grind for. That rank, for me even, getting up to silver, I want to get out of silver as soon as possible and make it into gold.
I haven't played yet. I honestly haven't played that many games. Like, the patch came out and I saw the instant feedback being, I hate everything, and everyone's kind of going, actually, there's some pretty cool...
Up close and personal. It's so noticeable instantly. You're like, good God, I'd never normally get this. So, yeah, I'll... Oh my, 2 tapped out the back of the car? All right.
Anyone else?
Yep.
It actually might get some more too. Like, look at She Created. You can try and serpentine all you want, but oh, you gotta be moving. Keep moving out of the vehicle. Just who makes it first, the vehicle or She Created? It looks like they're safe for now. BSD might have a shot back, but I wouldn't want to be doing that with a barrel at that range.
To see if we start seeing, even though we're not playing on the most recent patch, but more people playing with the barrel. There's certainly been a little bit of a weapon rebalance with the latest patch. M16 a little bit more viable. Some people say more viable than the PCS. Double, one of the top fraggers for his roster, moves with the vehicle. Teammates here. Oh, he got the run over then. That would have been sick. At least gets the push behind him. And lo and behold, we will see a bit of an early fight just to the footholds of, you hate to see it especially. Are they actually going to chase it? There they are. It's because it's the wheels are gone off the back of it. Paid off and got the kill, but at what cost? Is there any more that are going to be up top on that one? Oh,
Rich, are we in a public game?
Oh, the dumpster boy.
Oh, Perfectus has no idea. And they're going to see Unity. BSD has been here for so long as well. Oh, that barrel.
It's some of that I was going to mention early on, like even on live client now, the barrel's got a bit of a buff, Lauren. It's a beautiful gun to play with. It's obviously different on this one.
Not control it, right?
Yeah, it's even better now. Good lord. I think we'll see a bit of a switch up of what we see online, at least anyway, which is always nice. I respect it. The DMRs are still too strong in my opinion, but that's just me. I'd love to see some more sniper action.
Yeah, same. Yeah, no, I'm with you. For now, though, we're seeing D. Send it, BSD. Don't back away from this one. You gotta swing it around. Swing around. You got the barrel. You're up close. You're personal, and you lose to the M41. Shocking behavior.
You know what though? Remember, Unity's still on this side of the island. That should have been their ghost symbol. That should have been time to strike. They've not capitalized on that. They're sat in the yellows wondering what the hell's going on. Oh, how's he got this close? Just pulled up. The instant response. The call for help's there. Fuzzface from the hillside taps him up, but he is getting aggressive on this, and I'm okay with it. Gustav, hold strong. Very little HP, but what a response to swing around like that. He definitely had the initial drop on him, so should have made it count. Unity have held back. I think it's also giving us a lot more. We kind of spoke about this last week, and I'll let you agree, disagree, but it doesn't feel stale anymore. I know it's a new map, but I feel like even though maybe they're not, just because the terrain that players are allowed to work with, it feels different.
Yeah, we might just be seeing, well, that's a bad time to do the old team run over, but they're okay. They've recovered from that unless there's a flush coming out, which there could be. But the car's kind of blocking it, and Melman almost flushed his own teammate. It would have happened regardless. It doesn't really matter. Aliag on the slow pull-up, and Quizzy not so slow, going in pretty fast here. Is that a DP? We got a dinner plate coming out, and yeah, I think it's just new areas become viable for fights, and the circles do seem different. I think anyone who disputes that, you know what, give me the proof. Give me the proof. I want some receipts. Aliag was tempted to go in. You can see the considering of it. EIQ. Hyper aggressive at the start, was over. Now, they're up against the other aggressive team, and Mert showing them how it's done until the trade finally came back in from Reggie towards Petralius. But that's about it so far. Now the flush did come out. 6mo wants back in. Reggie does go down. It's just Hawkeye, I think, still standing. And DA not happy with this. Don't come rocking up to the Turkish squad like this. You can't come quietly. You gotta really make it count. 6mo's being kept quiet though. Who's that firing from afar? That's pretty far off. That's Ents all the way over. And Tixu's actually landed that on 6mo. That's gonna be frustrating for DA, trying to deal with the team right in front of them, and now they're getting third-partied, and they're sandwiched in between the two.
Yeah, with the fire from Pachinki at a distance, it's allowed Ents to push up. It's put Mert into a very sticky predicament. And unfortunately, they've gone down in 16th. They looked like they had the upper hand in that fight. They backed off, they got naded. Ents turns up. Poor timing, unfortunately, but they do go crashing out in 16th position. Tornado Energy, another at least. Especially with the AB, probably up in the little window, looking out onto there. Hits the vehicle, that'll send both of them down, surely.
It's gotta be. No, that's a one-shot. There it is. Finally came through. One out of whomever put it down. Everyone's spamming in. Oof. That was hard to watch. A little bit rough there. On the other side, you're seeing everyone kind of in these fields right now, Rich. This is a land grab, and it's not a pretty one either.
Yeah, well, the molly's actually kind of worked out. It scared off Zeron. It actually scared him into a position where he didn't want to attack his base, and the second one's there as well. So, Melman, I get it, and I, you know, there's multiple teams that have been shooting onto that fight all the way around, but his utility usage actually scared them into a position that they didn't attack him face on. Fair play. Good bit of utility usage. Try and peacock them away. It's paid off, and he stays alive. For how much longer, I don't know. He's in the middle of a field. Circle has been very kind to him, though. It will eventually pull away from water. Should it try and fit itself into the most amount of land, there's a damn good possibility to be in this next circle as well.
It's not a bad shout. Oh, look at... I just suddenly look towards the west, and it's so hard, because where do you go? You've got the open field, which you could definitely go into, but then below that, I guess you have the trees, right? So my mind instantly thinks it's the old map, right? So there actually is some playable area here, so it's not completely rough for some of these teams. This should be decent. This should be viable.
Has to be said. Better luck next time. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You go and try and help out your comrade. Someone just bangs you dead to rights from a different angle. Still a bit of a weird fight going down towards the southern side of this one. Levent from the Wildcats is still alive over by Ferry Pier. He may have the Penguins come and share in residency shortly. Eleganton, look at this swing, all the way up against the blue. They'll head into the Longwoods. Will they go for the beach, or will they commit to this one? If they commit to the woods, it could be the death of them. Penguins in front of them. WP directly in front of them. Wasted potential need to be on red alert here, because they have got all kinds of players heading their way. If they're not ready for this one, this is a push and a crush. All right, knock him out the vehicle, that's fine, but it won't go down without finishing you off.
There's, what, 3 alive now? If they get Hyro back up, that would be huge, but now it looks like people are kind of like drilling in on that. I saw Miraku getting shots towards them. I think you might get Hyro back up. If they do that, it's perfect. They're actually not a bad spot. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's still kind of awesome. Wasted potential. They do have a player in the circle, so they should be okay. They can kind of springboard off the back of that. You see El Giganton going past. Everything kind of quietening down. Well, the Wildcats, what's left of the Wildcats, with another contender coming in. And if you're the Wildcats, you're just, please, no one else turn up. I'm happy. I just want to be quiet here.
Leave me alone. Go start. Wrong window of every single window you could have picked.
That sucks.
You unlucky boy. Every frigging window throughout Ferry Pier, and he goes in that one.
That's
that is
so
just
unfortunate.
It really is. There's nothing you can do about that.
God damn. I kind of feel like I do for El Giganton. They had all 4 alive. They were looking at the bigger kind of picture. They were trying to play ahead. That's good. Nice and quickly dealt with. Vaccinate got it, and it should be, okay, let's move on. What was our main goal? All right, let's keep working towards that, because otherwise they're going to be a little bit distracted, maybe a little bit frustrated with what was happening, but they should be back on course. And ooh, that's a risky old revive, isn't it? Plenty more. The Penguins spot them first, but there is another solo, another snake. Oh lordy, did they hear that tick? I don't know if they did. They're gonna find out now. Oh, the nade! Stop nade! He's gonna be dead in a couple of seconds anyway. And there it goes. Whoa, he's taken down two of them? Is there one left? Vax still alive. That was ridiculous. I guess Unity just, well, if I'm not making it out, no one's making it out. So harsh, though, to go out like that.
Yeah. Just someone inside a random place boxed him, his little level 3 helmet on chilling, then just martyrdoms himself and takes you with him. I still feel sorry for Ghost. I like have every single window. Oh well, we continue. Someone who won't be. Uber, dragging his feet through the fields rather unfortunately, gets shot and picked off. First Clan moving in from the safety net of the yellows that they've had up on the hillside for quite some time. Melman still inside that shack. It's been very, very well needed for him. At least pulling Tornado Energy up into placement points for now. TSM, it worked out. The push was good. Potentially they still keep all 4 up. I'm having a look. I didn't see anyone go down, so I'm thinking they're all still there. Perfectix, should I say, excuse me, is on the heel, so if Fuzzface is quick enough, he should be able to get him. Is at the rock, and that's the only hard cover he's got. Squeaky from the distance, though. That's a little bit unfortunate. Remember, the nades have had a bit of a nerf in this patch, so they don't hit half as hard. Oh, the vehicle run him over. Oh, no. The explosion of the vehicle actually killed him.
Yikes. Oh, it feels bad, dude. Feels real bad.
Oh, that's just rather unfortunate. They exploded and just rammed him off the... That's a grip. As you grows on you 15 times if you really want to be funky. Actually may have jumped off the back of the bike early and caused himself to die with the drop damage. He was damage on... That's a beautiful little peek. Kissick. The aggressive lean. I'm a big fan. Mexi is here with the bombardment. That's all of the VP lining up in front of him. Wasted potential. Wasted by Mexi. Good lord. Elman somehow still alive by hook or by crook. And now we'll see ends on the push. Plenty of smoke that he can run through. Gives him a good level, at least he can walk. And use that cover for now. Spyro with the pickup. Itzy also dead as well, so it looks like FaZe maybe have one alive. I'm looking across the board to see whereabouts that one player is. Can't see him for now, maybe I missed him. And so play through the smoke, so they just keep on bombarding. Melman has been such a distraction for so many teams who just hit this. He's taking an all-comers at the moment. Fair play to the lad. I mean, really, what can you do when you've only got so little to work with from the start? Your teammates fall right off the bat. So we need to see something for Tornado Energy. This necessarily hasn't been it, but still, it's more points than nothing, so we'll give him credit where's needed. All the smoke's up against the blue friends. Need to get a fair amount of work if they want to get through this. Finally, Wilson with the push. Actually, it hits him from outside, so Melman must have stepped outside. Then again, it's because the circle is moving, so we'll kind of roll with it. I'm okay for now.
And they, Iroh's Nog, Miraku was pretty low, and they've actually recovered pretty well. Enster on the move, they're just going to send it, and that's about as well as that's going to go. It does get all the lights up to 10 kills at least, so that's a nice bonus for them, but beyond that, they're left with Squeaky to try and hold it on, maybe make a run in the middle of the field, and, these field endings, I think he knows where Bart is, it's a very good idea probably, and K-Mine going to find Squeaky, so, again, it's Liquid are fine until they have to leave, this free line. Once they have to leave that, if they do, then it becomes TSM's game.
Better luck next time, finally have to remove themselves from the safety net that have been provided this entire game. Patulin from the off angle. Maybe Liquid didn't see this one coming. Straight through the fields. Been pushed from one, so Jeans will wrap round. Meets up with K-Mind, and now they hold the angle. Mex is gone, but it's not a problem. You can try and hold the sidelines and maybe fight this one through. Double drop actually comes in directly in front of Better Luck Next Time, so I'm assuming a couple of their players have got level 3 gear for sustainability and survivability throughout this one, but they have to make it out through the fields first. The bombardment begins. K-Mine put back for now. It's mollies. Every bit of utility being committed here. They've been trying to survive and holding on. With a wing and a prayer, K-Mine falls. And there is no response just yet to the Northern Lights push.
No, there isn't much of a response, and it looks like Northern Lights are focused on what's in front of them, and 13 kills is huge. They could make it 14 considering James is out there. Batulins trying to find a way to make this connect. Perfectus, 5 kills as well to his name. Super, super well played. And Ibby even further ahead, so maybe there's a bit of hope for him to get out of it, but it's like, oh, who's going to avoid TSM down the line? Better Luck Next Time maybe have the best shot at this, but again, we all know what it's like playing off that hill. It's almost impossible. I don't see how anyone's going to get past, you know, TSM unless everyone had already focused on it. And well, for now, that's definitely not the case, as Northern Lights hunting Ibby through the fields, nade by nade, clearing the path.
A bit further back. Forced to move and make that 15. This is a damn good game from them, a really strong showing. I suppose we now have to see... Vard's position's very strong in all this, right? Because one is inside a little building, so he has immediate 360.
Being in, but this is how the circle always seems to play out, right? It's that, well, little by little, it's going to just favor that team in the middle. Arctics getting a little bit of fire down, but it's Vard to find Batulins. It seems like no matter who does a bit of damage, it's TSM who just kind of eventually goes, no, that's mine. No, 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 this one is also mine. You cannot have any kills or points. How many kills does TSM actually have? Only 3. Like, they haven't been able to flush much of this, but the win, I'll take that.
I suppose if we think back as well, they got 2 on arrival to this position, right? So they've not... They may have had 1 beforehand, but all they've got out of this is potentially 1 kill. So they've not done anything apart from 5. Which is kind of scary to think that Northern Lights actually might surpass them on points if they start mopping up. Well, excuse me, no, they won't because they're out now, so ignore that comment altogether. But still, they'll be up there with them.
Faultless. Oh, I want this to work for Better Luck Next Time. I haven't seen a team really be able to work a way out of this, and in my mind, I love TSM. I actually always enjoy watching TSM play, and I have since the very start of PUBG, but when you look at these fields, the way this plays out, unless they make a huge error, this should be their game every day of the week. Now, Vard did just go down, and Iroh's quite pushed up, quite aggressive. Listen, doesn't stand a chance. Apparently, Iroh's just too strong. And now, one by one, they're peeking, and they've lost out on Fex. Suddenly, TSM, who looked incredibly strong, have shown a little bit of weakness here.
Utility's definitely doing a hell of a lot of damage on both sides of the coin here. Iroh will fall down. 3 kills in the bag. Holding a very strong showing here for TSM.
Utility or not. And now suddenly, it's a 2v3. That's super doable. Yes, Better Luck Next Time do have the worst positions, but there's the trade out. 1 for 1. Now it's just fate to the 1v3. You have to go beyond. He's going to tag up Miraku, but it's not the kill, and the kill is what he needed, and he can't get it. TSM closed down in the